this example, we're going to calculate the total surface area of this triangular prism. Now, this is a triangular prism because it has a triangular front face or cross section. That face is the same on the back. And we're trying to find the total surface area. You'll remember that surface area is the area on the outside of the shape that we would paint if we were trying to paint this 3D shape. And the total surface area is made up by finding the area of each of the individual faces. So let's write ourselves a formula for calculating total surface area. I'm going to write TSA instead of total surface area to save some time. And our total surface area is found by finding 2 of the triangle faces, 2 times the triangle face, because there are 2 identical triangle faces, plus rectangle 1 plus rectangle 2. Oh, we can't quite squeeze it in. We'll come down here. Plus rectangle 3. So we find the area of the front triangle, times it by 2, and add on rectangle 1, rectangle 2 on the bottom, and rectangle 3 on this side. So let's start by calculating the area of the triangle. We'll do this in purple, and I'll highlight the triangle so we know which shape we're calculating. So you'll remember, or you can go back and view the previous video when we talked about it, that the area of a triangle, draw a little triangle there, is equal to half times the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. On our triangle, the base is 8 centimeters and the height is 4 centimeters. So we have half times base was 8 times height was 4. And if you pop that in your calculator, we will get 16 centimeters squared for the area of our triangular. And we can do that in purple as well, so we've got it there. Now we need to have a look at rectangle number 1. Let's do rectangle number 1 in yellow. I'm going to color it in so we can see rectangle number 1. It's this rectangle here that we can see on the front of the shape. Now you'll remember that the formula for calculating area of a rectangle is area. We're going to say number 1 because it's rectangle 1 so that we know which rectangle we're calculating, equals length times width. Now the length of our rectangle is 10 centimeters and the width of our rectangle is 6 centimeters, this side here and this side here. So we have 10 times 6, which equals 60 centimeters squared. I'm going to do that in yellow so we remember which face that was. This front yellow face. Now let's calculate the area of rectangle number 2. This is the rectangle on the back that we can't really see because it's a 3D shape if it wasn't see-through. But it's the rectangular face back here. We'll call that one rectangle number 2. And so for our calculation, we'll call it area 2. We know that's equal to length times width again because it's a rectangle. It looks a little bit squashed because we're looking from a funny angle, but it is a rectangular face. And so now we need our length and width of rectangle 2, this rectangle here. So the length is 5 centimeters. We need to know this direction, the width in this direction. That's the same as this side here, 10 centimeters. It's 10 centimeters here. It's 10 centimeters here. So our length is 5 and our width is 10 centimeters. Sometimes you have to use some detective skills to find out what those side lengths would be. And you look for matching sides in other places on our prism. So our area 2, the green area, we can color that green, is equal to length times width, 5 times 10, which gives us 50 centimeters squared. The last thing we need to find is the area of rectangle number 3. We're going to call it A3 for area of rectangle 3. We find that by length times width. That's our formula for the area of a rectangle. And I'm going to color this one orange on the bottom here. So it's a little bit tricky because my highlight is very thick, but it's the rectangle on the bottom or the base. And so we need to calculate the area of the rectangle on the bottom. And so again, we multiply length times width. So the length of our rectangle, 8 centimeters on this side here. And the width of our rectangle is 10 centimeters on this side here. So we have 8 times 10, length times width, equals 80 centimeters squared. So now we've got the area of the triangle. We've got the area of rectangle number 1. We have the area of rectangle number 2. And we have the area of rectangle number 3. So we can calculate our total surface area. We've got our formula already written up here, so we can write that nice and easily. We have total surface area equals 2 times the triangle plus, instead of writing rectangle 1, I'm going to use A1 for area 1 because it's a little bit shorter, makes it easier for us, plus rectangle 2, which is A2, plus rectangle 3, which is A3. We can write our numbers in. 2 times area of the triangle was 16 centimeters squared. So we can put 16 in there. Area number 1 is 60 centimeters squared, so we can plus on the 60. Area number 2 is 50 centimeters squared, so we can plus on the 50. And area number 3 is 80 centimeters squared, so we can add on 80. So if we calculate that, the total surface area of this triangular prism is 222, and our units are centimeters squared.